What is Dogecoin's utility for you, and how do you try to convince that that is the utility?
I talk about the original vision of Satoshi Nakamoto. Like I go back to the original Bitcoin white paper. And I point to the global financial crisis of 2008. And I say, these are the symptoms of runaway inflation, money printing, all of these things which come with having centralized financial systems. This was a great idea. Satoshi, whoever he was, had a really good idea, which I personally believe, if it was embraced globally, would solve a lot of problems. We go back to that level playing field, defunding forever wars, all of these kind of great outcomes that you would have. And then I say, but Bitcoin, and I know people get angry at me for saying this, Bitcoin lost its way, right? Like, the global the financial system came and dangled the carrot of profitability in front of the Bitcoin community, and they took that bait. And they pivoted from the original, let's be a means of exchange, to being a store of value. And so I then turn around and I say, Dogecoin hasn't done that. Dogecoin has continued with that original vision of simply being a means of exchange that is fair, that can't be cheated, that can't be manipulated by, global governments. I guess as a optimist and a purist, to me, right now, when I look around, it's still on a trajectory to hopefully achieve that one day.
So it was pretty difficult for Bitcoin to be medium of exchange. So then what is the other property of money? Too, right? It is liquidity and it is store of value. It was by elimination that I think everyone landed on store of value, rather than saying that, no, look, you should focus on store of value, because it was difficult for it to be medium of exchange given the constraints. And we understand that those constraints is what makes Bitcoin so good but again, you can't operate at that speed and that price, that cost for people to keep exchanging it all the time.
So, I don't resent the Bitcoin community for making that decision. I think that Dogecoin has had the benefit of following up, and plowing ground that's already been, plowed by the Bitcoin community. Right? And it's the same with any open source technology. We all say, we build on the shoulder, we stand on the shoulders of giants who've gone before us. And so, maybe it's just fortuitous that we, have that opportunity to step in and fill that gap. And, maybe it's like that sort of relay race, we take the baton and get to run with it. People in the Dogecoin community will absolutely shoot me for saying this, but, if Dogecoin pushes the narrative of decentralized finance for the next few years, but ultimately something else manages to take over the world but remain true to the original intent, I won't be sad that Dogecoin played its part in that, because ultimately I'm looking for that level playing field for my grandchildren, not just the one that I like.